I'm that guy. 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 What's good, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm that guy. Jasper 2 Fly. And I'm back with another video, and today I got my NBA predictions. You feel me? My NBA playoff predictions. Now, you guys know the league has been out for a long time, but the league is back. They played their first 8 seeding games, and now we got the official playoff bracket. I'm hyped, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I'm hyped. I'm recording this an hour before all the games start. So none of the games have started, but I'm going to upload this probably later on today when the games actually do start. I'm going to be a little late uploading all this, but just know that all these predictions are being placed before the actual games start. You can see my predictions on Twitter. Y'all know when I posted them, so yeah, don't think that this is anything phony. I'm gonna post this video on my main Jasper 2 Fly channel, and I'm gonna post this on my JDBeasty channel, so I want you guys to go to both channels and watch these videos. It's the same video, but I'm introducing my Jasper 2 Fly subscribers to the JDBeasty channel if you guys like to see some great basketball content. No more needs to be said. Let's just get into these predictions. All right, the big series out west. The first series, we got the Lakers versus the Blazers. I got the Lakers winning that 4-0. I don't need to talk too much on this. The Blazers, they barely got in to the playoffs. They won the play-in game versus the Grizzlies, but it was a very close game. They barely beat the Nets. So if they're barely beating the Nets and the Grizzlies, what makes all these people believe that they're just going to beat the Lakers? Now, I know Dame has been balling. Dame has been averaging 50 points over the last 3 games. Yeah, he's been hooping. The Blazers don't have an answer for LeBron and AD. They just don't. The Lakers might not have an answer for Dame, but the Blazers don't have an answer for LeBron and AD. Lakers actually play defense too. Those teams that the Blazers were playing, they don't play any defense. Okay? So the Blazers were just able to outscore them. But yeah, they ain't doing that with the Lakers. I got the Lakers 4-0. Next series, Rockets versus Thunder. I actually have the Thunder winning this one. Yeah, surprise, surprise. I do not have the Rockets beating the Thunder. The Thunder have a good team, actually. Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Gallinari, Schroeder off the bench. Their guard play is nice, bro. And they actually have a big man, Steven Adams, who can get rebounds, play some defense. Yeah, I got the Thunder winning this series 4-2. And especially since Russell is out the first 2 games, yeah, I got the Thunder winning this one. It didn't say first 2 games. It just said Russell Westbrook will miss the first few games. So it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4. We don't know. But I have the Thunder winning the first 2 games. I'm assuming it's 2 games. I have the Thunder winning the first 2 games of the series. I got the Thunder going up 2-0 even before Russell gets back. And when Russell does get back, his legs aren't going to be up to speed in playoff form like everybody else has been playing in. I got Thunder 4-2. I really do. I believe on a regular year, the Rockets would win this series, but this ain't the Rockets' year. This is the year the Rockets are. This is it for the Rockets. This is final. They need to win this year, and I don't think that they will. The Nuggets versus the Jazz series, I got the Nuggets winning that series 4-2. I like the Jazz, but they're missing Bogdanovich, who's a good player for them. He can shoot. Yeah, he can score the ball. He's a good player for them. The Jazz just don't have enough scoring. Mike Conley's missing the first few games, or Mike Conley's missing a few games because he's having a kid, so congratulations to him. But it sucks for the Jazz because they about to lose. They're about to lose to the Nuggets. I would say that this series is going to be 4-1, but I'll give the Jazz 2 games because I don't think that anybody on the Nuggets can stop Donovan Mitchell. I really don't. And I think he's going to have a few 30-point games in the series. I'm leaning more toward 4-1 than actually it being 4-3. So I'm going to place it right in the middle of 4-2. I like that. The Jazz don't have anybody that can stop Michael Porter Jr. either. I think he's going to have a few 20, 25-point games in the series. Yeah, I got the Nuggets winning this series 4-2. Clippers, Mavericks, I think this is going to be the most exciting series of the first round. I got the Clippers winning this series 4-2. I like the Mavericks a lot. The Mavericks aren't your normal 7-seed team. Don't get that twisted. They're not your normal 7-seed team, especially the fact that they have an MVP candidate as a 7-seed, Luka. And Luka can hoop. I don't think that the Clippers are going to have an answer for Luka. I still think he might get slowed down a bit by Kawhi and PG, but I still think Luka's going to average his normal 28, 29 points a game. Porzingis is going to be a monster for them. But personally, for me, I think the Mavericks are more so of a two-man team than an actual team. I don't see the Mavericks having too many creators on offense. Luka is their creator on offense. He makes things happen. He feeds shooters, all that. He creates things. And if Luka is slowed down a bit, the Mavericks offense ain't the same. And the Clippers got so many guys that they could throw at Luka, Pat Bev, Kawhi, Paul George. I don't see the Mavericks winning this series. The Clippers are too deep. They got too many wing defenders, and they got too many guys that can get buckets. Straight up. Kawhi and PG, there's nobody on the Mavs that's stopping them. They got too many guys that can get buckets. So, yeah. Moving on, still with the West in the first round, I got the Lakers beating... the West in the second round. I got the Lakers beating the Thunder 4-1. To be honest, I don't even know what to say too much about that series outside of the Thunder just don't have enough to beat the Lakers. They don't have enough. I mean, when you look at that small forward, power forward position, it looks kind of empty there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to fill there. And LeBron is going to have a field day, and so is AD. Now, their guard plays nice, and that's exactly why I have them beating the Rockets, because they got the guards to match up. And the Rockets don't have no wings to actually threaten the Thunder. They don't have anybody at that 3 and 4 position to actually give the Thunder money. But the Lakers, they do. LeBron and AD are going to give them money. The Lakers are definitely going to win this series 4-1. I don't think there needs to be much else that needs to be said about that series. Next series, we got the Clippers and the Nuggets. I got the Clippers winning that series 4-1. With all due respect to the Nuggets, they don't match up well with the Clippers at all. Michael Porter Jr. is the X factor in every series that the Nuggets play in. And in this series versus the Clippers, he's going to have his hands full with having to guard Kawhi and PG and get a bucket on them. And I don't think he's going to be able to do well at either one, getting a bucket on them and being able to guard them. He's not a great defender, although he is young, so he has time. Right now in his career, he's not a great defender. The Nuggets are a little banged up. They have Gary Harris, they have Will Barton, they have other guys that can play defense on the wings, but they're a little banged up. And second round, who knows if they're still going to be banged up or they're going to be 100%. But even if they are 100%, they can't guard those guys, and the Clippers wings can guard them. That is the difference. Jokic might have a field day, but Jokic, he probably won't be enough to get the Nuggets past the Clippers. I got the Clippers. It's not a good matchup for the Nuggets. I got the Clippers winning this series 4-1. Clippers have the advantage everywhere you look. Everywhere you look. Western Conference Finals. I think I'm going to save that towards the end of the video. So we got the first 2 rounds of the West done. Let's start with the East. Bucks Magic. Nothing needs to be said about this series. Bucks are going to win this series 4-0. Jonathan Isaac for the Magic. He's their forward. He just got hurt. He's out for the season. That would have been huge for the Magic, but now that he's not playing, the Bucks are they're gonna murder the Magic. They're gonna win. They'll beat the Magic 4-0, and they'll beat them each game by probably at least 20 points a game. Yeah, the Bucks are gonna dominate the Magic. This ain't even a series. It's not much to be talked about. I got the Bucks winning 4-0. Pacers versus the Heat 4-5 matchup. TJ Warren versus Jimmy Butler. Get your popcorn out, but not really. The Heat are winning this series 4-1. Listen, with all due respect to TJ Warren, his hot streak is done. Okay, the Heat exposed him. They locked him up. He scored 12 points the last time they played. Yeah, I don't like the Pacers' chances, especially with TJ Warren having a foot injury now. He's going to play, but that foot injury is going to bother him. Sabonis, we don't know when he's coming back. I don't think he's going to play this series. But even if he did so happen to come back in the series, he still has that foot injury. Oladipo got injured, but he's back, but he don't look the same. The Pacers are just a little bit too banged up for me to make this a series. They are. And the Heat got some dogs. Jimmy Butler, Bam, Tyler Herro, Kendrick Nunn. Don't forget about Duncan Robinson, who lights out shooter. The Heat got some dogs. I got the Heat winning this series 4-1. The Celtics versus 76ers, a 3-6 matchup. I got the Celtics winning this series 4-2. Now, you might be like, whoa, 76ers are without Ben Simmons, so how you got them winning 2 games against the Celtics? I'm a believer in Joel Embiid. He's going to dominate this matchup, and he'll single-handedly get the Sixers 2 games. The Celtics don't have bigs that can guard them. And don't let Al Horford get going, because Al Horford is a big too. And him going against the power forwards of the Celtics, Jason Tate, they're undersized. The Celtics are undersized. So if the Sixers can use their size well, they can make this an interesting series. But ultimately, the Sixers just don't have enough talent anymore, especially on the wings. Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum. Shoot, throw Marcus Smart in there. Throw Kemba Walker in there, even though they're guards. Throw them in there. They don't have enough guys that can guard them, period. They don't have anybody that can really guard those guys. I expect those guys to have their way against the Sixers. They got so much talent. I got the Celtics winning this series 4-2. Raptors, Nets, don't need to talk too much about this series. Raptors got this series 4-0. Nets won't get a game. Nets won't come close in any games. Raptors are championship experienced. Nets got Karis LeVert, who's a bucket, but they don't have too many bucket getters in general. They're without Spencer Dinwiddie. They're without DeAndre Jordan. Obviously, they're without Kyrie and KD. If the Nets team was fully healthy, oh man, I would have the Nets winning the series, but they're not. They're not healthy at all, actually. So I got the Raptors sweeping. Second round, Bucks Heat. Surprise, surprise. I got the Heat beating the Bucks. Listen, the Heat have played the Bucks so tough during the season. I think the Heat won actually 2 games against the Bucks during the season. I think the Heat have the better regular season record versus the Bucks. That success is going to translate in the playoffs. They got guys that could slow down Giannis. Bam does a good job. Jimmy can do a solid job. Jay Crowder can do a solid job. They got some muscle to them that can stay in front of Giannis and guard him. They can build that same wall that the Raptors built last year. Now, with that being said, the Heat don't have bucket getters. They don't have too many guys that could just single-handedly give you a bucket outside of Jimmy Butler. But I don't think that they're going to need it completely during the series. Yeah, the way that I think that they're going to slow down Giannis, I don't think that they're going to need to average 125 points a game this series. I don't think so. So yeah, I got the Heat barely scraping by the Bucks. It's going to be a real good series. Because don't get it twisted, the Bucks are still the Bucks. They still got players outside of Giannis. But Giannis is the key that gets that team going. He's the engine. I got the Heat winning this series 4-3, man. I do. That's my boldest prediction. Celtics Raptors, second round. I got the Celtics winning this series 4-2. I would say the Celtics win 4-1, but I'm gonna give two to the Raptors out of championship experience. But to be honest, the Raptors, they don't match up well with the Celtics. They just don't. The Celtics got so many wings, that I don't think the Raptors can guard. Anunoby is going to have to be crucial for them in this series. He's young. He's athletic. He can play some defense. But I think Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, that's going to be a problem for the Raptors. They're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to handle with that. I got the Celtics 4-2. With all due respect to the Raptors, Kyle Lowry and Van Vliet, they can hoop at guards. But and Siakam is a hooper. But the Raptors' advantage should be their size in this one. But they don't take advantage of their size too well because Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka aren't really scorers, I should say. So yeah, I got the Celtics winning this series 4-2. All right, conference finals. Now we're going to go back to the Western Conference. We're going to go back to the Lakers versus Clippers matchup. Now listen, this may sound surprising to you. LeBron is the third best player in this series.
Oh my goodness.
Have y'all noticed every single time LeBron plays the Clippers, he gets locked up? He gets locked up. Yeah, LeBron is the third best player in this series, but I still have the Lakers winning this series 4-2. Surprise, surprise. The Clippers have depth. They got star power. They have everything you need to win this series outside of somebody that can at least slow down Anthony Davis. I think Anthony Davis is going to average at least 30 a game this series. At minimum 30 a game. He's going to have a field day against the Clippers. Get to the free throw line, hitting jumpers, bullying his way to the paint, lobs. He's going to have a field day against the Clippers. Clippers ain't going to be able to stop that. And I think even though he's going to average 30, I think the difference in the series is going to be Kyle Kuzma and Dion Waiters if they can hit enough shots. Because the Lakers really only have two scorers that are real consistent, which is LeBron and AD. But Kuzma and Dion Waiters, if they can hit enough shots, they can beat the Clippers. I think they're going to hit enough shots to beat the Clippers. I got Kuzma and Dion Waiters trading off 20-point games. For real. They're going to be hitting shots. So, yeah, I got the Lakers winning this series 4-2. Heat Celtics. Listen, the Heat, great run. Y'all beat the Bucks last round. Y'all going to lose to the Celtics this round. I'm leaning 4-2. I think the Celtics are going to win the series 4-2. But it's more closer to 4-1 than actually 4-3. The Celtics just, I think this is a theme with every series. The Celtics have more talent. The Celtics have the wings that nobody can really deal with. They got Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum at that 2, 3, and 4 position. That's going to be a handful for any team to deal with. With all due respect to Duncan Robinson and Tyler Herro, whoever they guard, they're getting cooked. Oh, and Kemba Walker, he's going to be 100% after 2 rounds. Whoever's guarding him at that point guard position, Dragic or Kendrick Nunn, they're going to have, yeah, that's going to be a problem. I got the Celtics winning that series because of 1 through 4. Those positions that they have, it's the best in the league, bro. It's the best in the league. I got them winning 4-2 against the Heat. Nice run, Miami, but it's getting ended to the Celtics. Now, finals, Lakers versus Celtics. Historic rivalry. Historic, man. Lakers winning this series 4-1. The problem that the Celtics run into is an angry LeBron in the finals. I told you guys about the Celtics. Their positions from 1 through 4 are so crucial, right? But you got LeBron at the 3, you got AD at the 4, and you got Danny Green at the 2. Yo, they can lock up. So Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, it's not gonna be a field day of just easy buckets against those guys. I promise you it's not. Especially against an angry LeBron in the finals, looking for his 4th ring so he can call himself the GOAT. The Celtics gonna run into some issues. I do see them getting 1 game, but hey man, LeBron LeBron gets to the finals, there's no way he's losing. He's a different animal in the finals. I got the Lakers beating the Celtics 4-1. The real finals is the Western Conference Finals with the Lakers versus Clippers. The Celtics are not beating the Lakers in the finals. I got the Lakers winning that series 4-1. Hey, man, that's my NBA predictions for the playoffs. Make sure y'all give this video a like, thumbs up, comment. This video will be on my Jasper2Fly channel and my JDBeasty channel. So if you're Jasper2Fly, I told you guys, go to the JDBeasty channel and subscribe. Turn on the post notifications. I will be posting all my basketball content on the JDBeasty channel. So I'm super excited for that. Like, share, subscribe, comment, join the Two Flyers. Join, if you're watching this on JDBeasty, join the Beast team. That's what I'm going to call my fans and supporters. The Beast team. Join the Beast team. And I'm out. What can I say? I'll catch y'all in the next video.